So if you know anyone that is thinking about treatment for vitiligo that wants a more holistic approach, definitely stay tuned to my interview. We're going to be carrying out this interview over 3 weeks. Would love your feedback, and I would love your comments on what you think about this approach. So please do share it and pop it into the comments below. Hi Shayla, welcome to Positively Diverse. I'm really excited to have you on my platform and on my YouTube to share your story with everybody. And so I just thought, first of all, Shayla, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So basically, I'm currently 26 years old, and I have a Portuguese background. My family, were born and raised in Portugal, but then moved here to South Africa. And I got vitiligo at the age of 25. So in January, it was 1 year that it just started. And I went to boarding school from the age of 13, and then I went to study. When I finished school, I studied marketing for 4 years, and then I studied pastry. And then I got the opportunity to go to Portugal and work there at a Michelin-starred restaurant. And now I'm currently back home with my family. So yeah, this is where I am. This is where I am right now.
So 25 years is so young for vitiligo to start. Like, that's a really tender age. How did you deal with this when you first saw your first spot?
When I first saw the spot, I wasn't really sure, so I didn't panic. I kind of just put a blind eye to it. I just thought, maybe, it's something to do with the sun, or maybe I'm lacking a certain vitamin in my body. I really didn't think much of it. I was pretty calm, and it really didn't stress me out. And then I kind of started Googling what it could be. And I figured it was vitiligo. And then when I did go to the doctor to confirm it, I definitely didn't feel, sad or anxious or anything. It was kind of just like, okay, well, now I just have to deal with it.
So most people that I've met through Instagram, social media, and had conversations with, a lot of people that have got diagnosed with vitiligo, like initially, they kind of feel really upset, really depressed. When you've got this change happening, you sometimes, it can really sort of take over. Why do you think you were so calm and you were so relaxed about it? I mean, has there been anything similar in your family? Like, what was it? How come you were so calm about this?
There wasn't anything similar. The reason I think I was quite calm about it was because I already knew how to fix it. And I have a family member that at the time, a few months before, found out they had cancer, and they decided against, the conventional treatments, and she started looking into a plant-based diet and juicing and all these things. So I had already kind of picked up from what she was doing that, okay, this must be the way to go about, reversing diseases. And then I started, doing some research, and, she passed on her research to me. And I think that's why I was so calm, because I already knew what I had to do in order to reverse it.
I think it's an incredible, mature approach to take. Most people would go to the GP and sort of maybe consider, some of the treatments on offer at their local hospital. And you decided to go via this natural route. Obviously, having your close member of family, a family friend who's kind of gone through something so big themselves, having taken a natural holistic route, gave you that sort of knowledge and power. So do you think that you would have even like researched or looked into other treatments? I mean, would you have kept that as an option, or were you just so focused on this one route? This is the route I'm going to take. This is what I'm going to do, and you were determined and focused. I mean, did you kind of explore other things as well?
No, I didn't really explore other things. The doctor did prescribe me a topical cream, but I knew that wasn't the answer. And from all the research that I had been given, a lot of the doctors say that medication doesn't fix the root cause of your disease. It just covers up your symptom. And that was the approach. So I was completely focused on just changing my lifestyle, because when I was working in pastry, my lifestyle was completely unhealthy.
Talk to us about that lifestyle. So maybe some people can kind of relate to what that lifestyle was like. Tell us a bit more about that.
It was quite a busy one. Working in pastry, working in a kitchen, you easily work minimum of 12 hours every day. And my shifts were from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I used to work all those hours. I only used to have a 30-minute break, which was my dinner. I was always on my feet. My water intake was minimal. I was still eating meats and dairies and sugar because I was working in pastry. And I was sleeping at like 3 o'clock in the morning and, not having proper sleep. And no exercise. I really wasn't taking care of myself. And it was a bit of a wake-up call to change the way I was living and eating.
And your vitiligo first patch that appeared was at the time that you were actually working those long hours, at the time you were in that job?
So I had resigned on the last day of November, and that first little patch appeared in January. So
Where did it patch? Where did that?
It appeared here.
Just on your mouth. And
yeah.
Was it really noticeable, or do you think it'd been there some time, or you noticed it straight away?
I noticed it straight away because I'm quite dark-skinned. I'm quite tanned. So the moment I see a white spot, it was pretty clear to me that it was something wasn't right.
And it was just that one spot. It wasn't anywhere else. It was just there.
Just there. It was such a tiny spot, and it completely went worse within 2 months.
Right.
It completely covered this whole part.
And where did it cover exactly? So it was your mouth, and it started to then spread to your eye, your left side of your eye.
Yeah. You can't really see, but it's here as well.
Yeah.
And my nose, my nose was completely white on this side.
Wow.
This is the repigmentation coming back.
Wow. So we will actually be talking about the repigmentation, and we will be talking about Sheila's approach and what she's actually done. But I really want to sort of extract all the kind of foundation to how your vitiligo started, because I think it's really important to find out all that sort of information first. And I'm sure there'll be people out there who will, be able to sort of say, oh gosh, that's how my vitiligo was. And that's how it started. I mean, it spread within 2 months from your mouth to your eye, it spread, and then to your right eye as well. So you've got
correct, and my nose.
And your nose. I mean, a massive change right now. All I can see is just your left eye and a tiny bit around your mouth. So you've really, whatever you've been doing has just been phenomenal, because we can only see a quarter of that vitiligo showing in comparison to what it was before. So I really can't wait. I mean, I have goosebumps, because I haven't met many people who have, who are curing their vitiligo in this way. So tell us, when it started spreading, obviously, to the eyes, you know, you were using this protopic cream, you said at one point. Was there?
I didn't use it.
You didn't use it. Okay.
Didn't even buy it.
Oh, you didn't at all. The doctor still prescribed it, but you didn't go forward with that. What made you sort of not go down that approach, do you think, kind of down that avenue? Did you just not?
I think I was just so convinced that that really wasn't the answer. You know, medication and all these creams that can, you know, that have side effects. It might cover up the one thing, but it ends up, you know, ruining something else. So yeah, I knew exactly what to do. The research is out there. It's based on science. So I just knew what to do.
You just feel like, for me, when I talk to you, you're just like this, you've got this wealth of knowledge, and you know, we're really lucky nowadays. We've got all this knowledge that we can extract from the internet. How certain are you about things that you read on the internet, and about, you know, the information that you take from there? Because in deciding what you did for this approach, you would have read a lot of information. How certain and secure do you feel when you kind of read all these different blogs and websites about things?
It's not really blogs that I look at. I look at a lot of doctors. Like I said, it's really based on science, and it's not just something that, you know, people haven't tested, or, you know, like I said, I listen to doctors all the time, and a lot of the doctors that I do listen to admit that they didn't study one bit of nutrition in their medical course. And a lot of these doctors have had the diseases themselves. So when they healed their disease based on nutrition and going plant-based, and now they, you know, they're not really practicing medicine. Now they, you know, spreading the word and helping people with their diseases and transforming their lives. I mean, how can I not? How can I? You know, it's really true. You know, it's really based on science. You know, they speak about studies, and I mean, I can see how they have helped so many people reverse their diseases.
So not only have you got the support from, you know, gaining information from doctors, this is kind of the resource that you sort of turn to when you want to look at information, specific information, to like how you're supporting your own immune system. I think a lot of it also is coming from your mindset. You seem like a really sort of strong minded person who kind of knows what they want. You seem really determined as well, and I think that plays a massive factor in any treatment that you decide to do. You've got to have that willpower and determination, and right from the start you've had that within you. Would you say that that's correct?
Definitely. In order to change your life and completely change your lifestyle, it needs to come from two places. It needs to come from the mindset as well as your heart set. You know, the one goes in hand, they both go hand in hand. And you need to believe that what you are doing is the right thing. And because if you don't believe that what you are doing is right, you know, what you think also affects your body. So you need to feed both your mind as well as your body, and your heart set needs to be in at 102%.
This is exactly something that I completely believe in, from having done treatments myself. If your heart and your energy and your mind is not in the right place, you're not going to achieve the result you want. And you know, and I think moving forwards to when we discuss this a little bit more next week, we're going to be talking about Sheila's route and her approach to what she has done to cure her vitiligo. I'm very excited about talking about this, Sheila, because like I said, I don't think there are many people that I can remember at all over the last 20 years that have successfully been able to see the results of curing their vitiligo through this natural route. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing you again next week and talking more about your journey, Sheila, with everybody that's watching. and talking about what you have done to cure your vitiligo. And I really want to thank you for today's insight into your background, who you are, give our viewers a little bit more about putting you into context so that they can understand the story a bit better. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to sharing a bit more about what I've been doing, and hopefully the viewers can, you know, can see that this is possible. You know, they shouldn't be left in the dark, and there's definitely hope. There's answers for people out there.
Fantastic. There are answers for people out there. There's definitely hope. And this is what Sheila's here with us to share. So stay tuned next week, where we will talk a little bit more about Sheila's approach into how she's curing her vitiligo. Stay tuned with Positively Diverse. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the content and you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe to my channel, where I'll be sharing more content with you. If there's something that you would like me to talk about, please pop it in the comments below. See you next time. Stay positive.